So it's been a little while since I talked about the Xbox One S, and this is by far still one of my favorite consoles that has ever came out in terms of an at-home console. I think my favorite console of all time is probably like a PSP or a Nintendo DS, but this is my favorite at-home console for sure. And I make a lot of videos on my second channel explaining, how to fix certain things with your Xbox, whether it's controllers not connecting and different things like that. And every time I make a video about an Xbox One, I use the footage of the One S because it's such a beautiful looking console. And this is by far one of my favorite things about this console. That white on black, just the whole entire texture of this console still looks extremely beautiful. And funny enough, I didn't even know until a year ago that there was a, discless version or just a digital version of the Xbox One S. And it's so funny, I never even knew that until last year. Now, the design of this console is completely out of this world, and it's still current. When I look at the Xbox One S, I think this is the best designed Xbox, Microsoft has ever made. I don't even think the Series S or the Series X looks anything close to the, beautiful and just the design of the Xbox One S. And in some ways, I think the One X didn't really look as good as the One S, to be completely honest. Now, when I hold this thing in the hand, and you're not holding this console every single day, but it's such a nice looking console, and I'm just a huge fan of that for sure. Now, you still have a lot of capability with this console as well. When I compared my One S to my Series S, I loved having that disc slot. If you have an Xbox One S that has that disc capability, that is one of my favorite things about this console. You can go and purchase, used games. You can go and buy a game and resell it. And there's just so much stuff you can do with a disc slot that you can't really do with a non-disc version of that specific console. Even a non-disc Xbox One S isn't as good as a disc One S, and I think most people would agree with that. So that's one of my favorite things about this console for sure. On top of that, you're getting it at a used price, and it's gone down in value quite a bit. I think they've kind of gone up a little bit since, the pandemic and everything, but they're not really hard to get. I've seen a ton of people be able to pick these things up extremely easily, and now I have a completely separate dedicated gaming channel where I talk a lot about, Xbox news and different things like that, and a lot of people still love the Xbox One S for sure. Now, you still have 4K video streaming, you still have 4K Blu-ray, spatial audio, and this thing is still getting updates. And when I compared my Xbox One S to my Series S and Series X, the similarity between them is so funny because the UI looks the same almost. The capability obviously is a lot more on those newer consoles, but this thing still looks very good as well. And another awesome thing about my Xbox One S is that I can actually go and use my Xbox app, and I can actually stream my Xbox to my phone if I wanted to, or to an iPad, and that makes this console that much better. I can actually go and boot up my Xbox from, a completely different area, as long as that's connected to Wi-Fi and my phone's connected to Wi-Fi, and I can pretty much play my Xbox games on the go without even having to be around my Xbox, which is so awesome. So what I will tell you is that owning an Xbox One S is still a really good choice. If you want to go to the Series S and X, I would say go for it. Those are the better consoles, but I still love my Xbox One S, and I think it's a great console in this day and age as well. So in terms of that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section as well. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.